Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Let's Talk Tuesdays. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are coming off the Night of Champions PPV plus the WWE 2k15 trailer reveal. It has been a big week in wrestling, so there's plenty to talk about in today's video. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Of course, I am playing FIFA 15 in this video. I'm only playing the demo. I don't actually own the game yet, but I thought you guys might like a change of sport, so to say, with a bit of FIFA. I'm not really good at it at all, as you'll see in this video, but hey, I'll give it a shot. So, the first question comes from EJ. What did you think of the first gameplay trailer? Well, I actually thought the trailer itself was really well done. I really enjoyed the trailer. The music and just the way they presented it was pretty cool. It got me pumped up for the game. It really did, and that's how a trailer should kind of really work. I'm not going to break down the trailer clip by clip. A lot of people do that. I think that's kind of stupid, but I thought the trailer was good, man. I enjoyed it. I liked how they gave a lot of people time. A lot of, you know, they pretty much gave everyone some time in the trailer. I mean, Cena and Triple H and Kane and whatever, they got a lot more time than some people, but I still think they kind of, in a 2-minute trailer, they did, well, not even that, I think it was like 1:30, they gave everyone that they pretty much could some you know, feature time in the trailer. I mean, guys like Fandango, Xavier Woods, they revealed Rusev in the trailer, which I thought was good. It's good to see more people getting revealed. I still am pretty dirty at them for doing a roster reveal and only revealing, so we think, only half the roster. I thought that was ridiculous. So to reveal a few more people would be nice, so I guess getting Rusev was a nice little added bonus for watching the trailer. But yeah, still a little bit skeptical on 2K's marketing strategy right now. I felt as though the trailer was about a month overdue. But now that they pushed the game back, I can accept it. I'm not too bad with them. You know, the two months now until the game comes out, rather than just 6 weeks. So I'm not really annoyed at them. You can't really fault them for that. It'll be interesting to see if they do a trailer for the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions. I think they may need to do one. I mean, how else are you really going to sell the game without any gameplay footage being actually shown? Only on next gen, so it's a little difficult to kind of sell a game around that. So overall, though, my thoughts on the trailer were very positive. I thought the trailer was great. I enjoyed it. I want to see more, so hopefully they do some more gameplay reveals coming up really soon, because I'm pumped for the game. I want the game. I just want to see more of the game. And there's still time, so I'm not going to fault on 2K's marketing just yet. But if it's another 4-week wait until we see any more gameplay, then I may start to get a little bit annoyed at them. This next question comes from Chris Plays. What do you think about WWE 2k15 being delayed? I think it's a good decision. If the game's not ready, don't release it, rather than it being faulty when we get it. Personally, I am very happy the game's actually been delayed, because when it was going to drop late October for me, I've got exams, I've got assignments, I've got so much on. It happened to me last year. Just so much was going on. I couldn't put out the amount of videos I wanted to do, and I couldn't play the game as much as I wanted to in the first week of release. The first 2 weeks of release, actually. So now, 3-week wait, I will be pretty much all finished for my year, so I will have a 4.5-month break from uni to make videos and do whatever I want to do with this game and a hell of a lot more. So I'm very, very happy that it's delayed, because not only that, it was being delayed in a sense 3 days for Australians anyways. So Americans and whatever get the game 3 days before me anyways. So as a YouTuber, that really pisses me off, because people get their videos out 3 days before me. And it's a competition out there, man, so it's difficult for someone like me who wants to, you know, provide videos for you ASAP and, you know, get my videos out to as many people as possible. You know, people already have a 3-day head start on me, so trying to get some new viewers and things like that is difficult. So, personally, I'm very happy the game's been delayed, and I don't mind waiting an extra 3 weeks for a better product on day one, plus I'll have more time to play it. So, thumbs up from me, happy, and honestly, they would be in a little bit of trouble from me personally, because the way they've marketed the game, like I touched on a brief moment before, and the roster reveal and everything about the game so far, I would be a little dirty at them for what they've produced so far heading in towards the game if it wasn't delayed. So I'm okay with it, to sum it up. The next question comes from IMM. Are you getting WWE 2k15 on the PS3, and do you have a next-gen console yet? Well, I'm playing FIFA 15 on the PS4 right now, and I played NBA 2k14, was it last week on the PS4? And I think the week before I played Infamous First Light on the PS4. So yeah, I have a PS4. Pretty sure, you know, if you've been following this series, you'd know I'd have a PS4 now. But yes, I have a PS4. I got that a couple of months after it came out, so I've had it for quite some time. In terms of will I get on the PS3, well, I don't think there's any real point. I was thinking about it, and maybe play through, I don't know, do they have any like exclusive content on the PS3? Not really. They don't have like a game mode that's only on the PS3. So the showcase mode and whatever, it'll be done in a better quality and much, much better overall on the PS4 compared to the PS3. Everything about the PS4 version will be better than on the PS3 version. So there's really no point, in my opinion, on getting the old gen version if you're not a current gen console. So I'll just get it on the PS4. I mean, you know, I could do videos on the PS3 version. I'm sure some people will, but personally, I'd rather just, you know, wait. And I'll be playing NBA 2k15 a lot because I'm really, really pumped for that game. So, you know, like I said before, it being delayed, it gives more time for me to play WWE 2k14 out and finish off WWE 2k14 before the new one comes out. And it's not as though I'm going to start a 3-week universe mode or anything like that. So in terms of videos, I've got nothing, man. So just going to wait to the PS4. This next one comes from Best in the World Paige. Do you think Paige will be in WWE 2k15? Well, yeah, I do think she'll be in the game. Do I think she'll be on the game as a starting superstar? That could be debated. I still think there's a lot of the roster to be revealed yet, but I still think a lot of the guys that debuted after WrestleMania or thereabouts, like, I'm surprised Rusev's actually in the game. So the Rusev being in the game gives us a bit of hope that this won't be the case. But I think Adam Rose, Paige, who else? Bo Dallas, those kind of guys, the guys that came through in that crop, will probably be added in as DLC, which they tend to do. I mean, look at last year, they did Big E, they did Fandango, which in my opinion is an absolute joke. So I don't want to pay for DLC for guys that should already be in the game. So hopefully they go away from that kind of area that they've been doing. But hey, they got to sell the DLC somehow. But I would rather see DLC this year as showcase modes, extra rivalries, an attire pack, I don't know, maybe classic pack. You know, I don't know. We've had the legends, they kind of played out. Sometimes they're cool, but, you know, I don't really use them. So I'd rather just see attires and, you know, those extra things. Or maybe pay for, like, the updated WWE stuff, you know, if we have to. I don't know. But I don't really want to see, you know, DLC for guys that should already be in the game. They should just release it for free, update it for free. But you never know. We'll have to wait and see how 2K goes about it. We know how THQ went about it, and, you know, it wasn't pretty. So hopefully they change that area of the game. Moving on, so we have Bailey14. He wants to know, what did you think of the Night of Champions pay-per-view? Well, I give the Night of Champions pay-per-view about a 6.5, 7. I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it. And overall, there was some good highlights. I mean, Ambrose's return was awesome. I got majority of my predictions right. I was wrong about the Divas match. And obviously Cena winning by DQ or whatever, you know, Lesnar still retained. So I'm still going to give myself the points on that one. But, yeah, look, Night of Champions was a good show. You can't really fault it too much. I felt as though the Cesaro and Sheamus match was really, really good. The Usos and Star and Goldust was really good. And I've said it in my prediction video, my match preview over on my second channel, BrendenSSIMS, that the Usos have really started to become a really good team to kick off a show with. You know, they always produce a fun, exciting first match on the show, so they really are the pay-per-view kickoff guys, even though they should not be on the pre-show. So they are the best guys to kick off a pay-per-view with, and they did so very, very well with Star and Goldust. So I thought that was a really good tag team match. happy that they won the belts. I think it's time for them to win the belts. I wanted Cesaro to win the US title. I'm a little disappointed that didn't happen, but it's expected. Sheamus, bro kick out of nowhere like usual. It's the same shit. But Jericho and Orton had a good match. The main event was pretty good. Cena getting a lot of offense in was a little worrying. I thought for a moment, Cena is probably going to win this one. And then Rollins came out. And I think I have a question coming up specifically about that. But so I'll save it till then. But yeah, the Divas match was pretty good. I think just overall it was just a good show. It was nothing spectacular. Ambrose kicking Rollins' ass was pretty good. But yeah, it was just a good show. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I give it like a 7. The next one is from Munda. Do you think having Cena stop Rollins was a good idea? So I just mentioned that before. That was a question coming up. Look, Rollins cashing in. A lot of people think Rollins is going to cash in and actually win the belt. And I really don't want Rollins to cash in on Lesnar. Let's honestly, it doesn't make sense storyline-wise. And they didn't even bring it up on the show. Like, Brock Lesnar was shaking hands with Triple H, and Triple H was going, yeah, well done, great to have you as our champion. And then all of a sudden, Rollins is now cashing in on a guy who's quote-unquote in the Authority, and they don't even bring it up the next week on the next night on Raw. Like, nothing happened. It just turned into, okay, Cena's pissed off at Rollins. They just forgot about Lesnar completely. So, a little skeptical about the storyline there, and does it make sense? No, it doesn't really. So, are we now going to get a Cena, Ambrose, and Rollins feud? I hope not. I just want to see Ambrose and Rollins feud. Keep Cena away from it. I would love to see Ambrose and Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. We'll probably get Cena and Lesnar again. Hell in a Cell probably will be a Hell in a Cell match. I'm not sure. But maybe if it's a triple threat match, the winner faces Lesnar at the next pay-per-view. Like I also suggested in one of my videos. I can't remember which one. But yeah, I suggested that they should have a #1 contenders match for the WWE title on Hell in a Cell, because that way you keep Lesnar off the pay-per-view. You don't waste a date for Lesnar. Then you have two guys, build up a big Hell in a Cell match. It doesn't have to be in Hell in a Cell. I'd rather see Ambrose Rollins Hell in a Cell. Maybe you can have Randy Orton try and enter the title picture or whatever, but I don't know who will be in the match. But you have a #1 contenders match. You have a few weeks building up to that, and then the winner of that match will face Lesnar at Survivor Series. Make Survivor Series feel a little bit bigger, that these guys had a pay-per-view match to determine who faces Lesnar at Survivor Series. Obviously, you don't have a title match on the pay-per-view, so it could be difficult to sell, but that's why they kind of get you to subscribe to the network. So if it's a shit pay-per-view, they've already got your money, so that's kind of how they go about it. And, I think it's a logical decision. You can't have Lesnar on every pay-per-view, I don't think. I think he's already starting to lose a bit of that specialness. And, just have him on the big shows. Like, I still think he should just be on, like, the big 4. And I said this on a previous Let's Talk Tuesday video. Just have him skip Hell in a Cell, have him skip TLC, go Survivor Series, go Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, and finish him off there. So, have him skip a couple of pay-per-views. I think it's the way to go about it. But, yeah, Cena and Rollins, will they feud? God, I hope not. But I can see them turning this into like a triple threat kind of environment. And Ambrose was not afraid to back down against Cena, so that's a little bit of a surprise. But they did end up teaming up. So if this was a build towards Survivor Series, this would be good, because then we'd have Ambrose and Cena teaming up to take on the Authority. And then obviously bring in a couple extra guys, but it's not. So I don't know where they're going with this. It'll be interesting to see how they continue going with it in the next coming weeks. Ronbon. Since Reigns is out for several months, who will win the Royal Rumble? Roman Reigns is still going to win the Royal Rumble. He'll be back for the Royal Rumble. What are we now? September. Several months. He'll have nearly 4 months to get ready for the Royal Rumble, and I've been hearing that 3 to 4 months is probably about the right time he needs to come back. And I'm sure he could probably come back for a Royal Rumble kind of match and work the match and win the match, and then just take time off until he's ready. And he doesn't have to compete in an Elimination Chamber or anything like that, so he can continue to recover. Just keep him on TV as for promos and things like that, but don't make him compete. So they can certainly still work around the injury if he's not quite 100% for the Royal Rumble. But if he's still definitely out, then I would probably say Daniel Bryan may be the front runner, unfortunately. But hopefully Reigns is fine for the Rumble, though. And the last question for today's video comes from Video Games for Days. Can you picture superstars like Zack Ryder, R-Truth, and Heath Slater getting called down to NXT like Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel? Well, first of all, R-Truth is 42 years old. The guy has been in the company for a long time. Hell, he was around in the Attitude Era. He was in the WWE in the 90s. This guy's not getting called down to NXT. If he's getting called down to NXT, it's to be like a trainer or something. R-Truth is in like a veteran role. He's just there to put over guys, there to work with younger guys to help them out. And working with Ziggler, you know, he can work these little minor roles and do them well. The R Ziggler thing is working well. So I don't know if they're going to continue doing it. He wasn't with him tonight, but that'll be interesting. But Zack Ryder, you know, I don't think he needs to go down, honestly. And the same with Heath Slater. I mean, unless it's for a drastic gimmick change, then no, not really. I mean, I think the next logical step for Zack Ryder and Heath Slater, really, if they're not going to do anything with him, is release. Because Zack Ryder has been around, what, since, when did he come in? Like, he was an Edgehead, so that was like 2006-07 or something, wasn't it? So it's been a long time since Zack Ryder's been in the company. Heath Slater, he had the Nexus program, he's had a big role, and, you know, the 3MB thing, I think Heath Slater, his credibility is so destroyed, I don't think there's any coming back. I think Zack Ryder could bring it back, because the fans have gotten behind him in the past. I think if he started winning a little bit more, became a little bit more serious in his gimmick, there's still a bit of hope for him. But I think the WWE just has given up on Zack Ryder. Heath Slater doing the thing with Titus O'Neil, the Slater Gators, is just another jobber tag team. Put these two guys together just to put over and just to work and lose to other tag teams. There's nothing really coming from it. So Heath Slater has a place. Zack Ryder's not even getting on TV though, so that to me kind of goes, well, what's the point in keeping him around if you're not going to use him? The same thing with JTG and Evan Bourne. Like, if you're not going to use these guys, I mean, I know Evan Bourne was out injured for a long time, but if you're not going to use these guys, just let them go. Let them go do something else. So there's no real point putting him down to NXT. And like I said, R-Truth is 42 years old, so that'd be absolutely ridiculous to put him in NXT. So that'll do it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Let's Talk Tuesdays. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Let's Talk Tuesdays coming up next week, of course. If you want your question answered for next week's video, you have to leave a comment down below. Do it right now. Put your question down below in the comments section or over at the forums at BrendenPlayz.com/forums. A link to the thread, the official thread for Let's Talk Tuesdays, will be in the description down below. So all you have to do is sign up, leave your question, and you're done. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next Tuesday.